In this video, we're going to talk about 5 questions to ask before buying a water filtration system. In this video, we want to help make homeowners feel more confident and make more informed decisions before investing in a water filtration system. Before you buy any water filter, you need to answer these 5 questions or you could waste hundreds of dollars on the wrong system. Most people think water filters are plug and play. That's how they end up with systems that don't solve their specific water problems, or worse, they create new problems. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 essential questions you need to ask before buying a water filtration system. Question number 1, what's in your water? Start with a water test. Don't guess. Is your water coming from a city, municipality, or is it coming from a well or a lake or a river? If your water's coming from a municipality or a city, the most common problems that you would have are chlorine, lead, fluoride, and of course hard water. Common issues with well water or river water or lake water are iron, sulfur, bacteria, hardness. There can be a lot of stuff. The recommended ways to test are as simple as going to your local hardware store and just buying some test strips where you can test your own water. You could also Google it to see if your city posts the water test results as they get them. Lastly, you could also send us a water sample here at the Water eStore. We do a ton of water testing for free for all of our customers and for people that don't end up buying from us. Question number 2, what needs to be fixed? So now you've had your water tested, now you see what's in it, and the next decision you really need to make is, what problems do I have? Do I want to solve all my problems? Or am I just looking at a specific water issue? Is there just something that's annoying me, and that's the only thing I care about addressing? Are you concerned about taste, smell, health, or staining? Just lots of questions like that. Common issues, chlorine, which would need a carbon filter, iron or sulfur, which would need an iron or sulfur system, hard water would need a water softener, reverse osmosis removes pretty much everything. You got a lot of options. You need to match the problem to the solution. You don't just buy a single system that addresses all the issues. Question number 3. Do I want to buy a point of use filter or a whole house system? Point of use filters typically just have a single faucet, something like this that you would use with an RO system. That situation is ideal for drinking and cooking and anywhere where you know you're going to be in a single location or you only need really high quality water coming from a single location. On the other hand, a whole house system, something like a whole UV system that I have next to me or anything else that does your entire home, then you have whatever you're filtering for, you have that clean water in your entire home. Whole house systems filter the water for your entire home. So it helps if you want your water to be improved for showers and laundry, your appliances, you don't want staining everywhere. Typically people that want whole house systems are dealing with a myriad of issues that don't just affect the way it necessarily smells or drinks. They're having issues in other places as well. The pros and cons. The pro of a point of use system really is that it's cheaper, simpler, and it's more focused on one single specific issue. Whole house systems are better because they're comprehensive and they do the entire house. But the downside is they tend to be much more expensive. Question number 4, what's your budget? Are you going to pay now or later? So customers come to us all the time and sometimes they're skeptical of, or they don't understand whether they're gonna need a whole house system or just a point of use system. And they're kind of gonna make the decision based on the quote, like how much this is gonna cost them in general. So, it's really hard to quote right now on this video. We sell the equipment all the time, so I know how much the equipment costs, but installation costs can vary, depending on where you live. A vast majority, a lot of our customers are really solid DIYers, and they watch our videos and they see how we install them and they can take care of it themselves. People that want to hire a professional plumber, well, those quotes can come in with a lot of variance. What's the lifespan of the filters? How often do they need replacement? Are parts easy to get? Cheap countertop filters are low cost up front, but they have an ongoing cost that kind of never ends. So over time, they tend to be more expensive. Whole house systems have a high upfront cost, but they have much lower ongoing maintenance costs. So something like a backwashable sediment filter or a backwashable carbon filter, you get that installed, you get it set up, and it's self-cleaning. So there's not much maintenance really any involved. However, if you're gonna do something like this is a sediment filter and this is a carbon filter, of course, once those are used or clogged, then you need to replace them. How frequently? Well, ideally once a year, but if your water's really bad, you're gonna have to replace them much more frequently. So you can see that the worse your water is, it tends to push you more into the whole house system with a unit that can self-clean. If your water problems tend to be a little more minor, then I think it's a little more safer to consider cartridges and filters that you can swap out on an annual basis. You also need to consider water usage, household size, and a warranty when budgeting. Lastly, I'd really highly recommend getting multiple quotes. Obviously here at the Water eStore, we'd be super happy to give you a quote. That's very easy for us to do, so feel free to contact us and we can help you with that. Again, we can also test your water, so we can help you with a bunch of different things. One of the reasons you're gonna wanna get multiple quotes is a lot of times different providers will actually have a totally different recommendation of the setup you need. And if you don't know a ton about this and you're just learning and you're getting up to speed on all your water issues, it can be hard to decide who you're gonna rely on and go with. So when you have multiple quotes, one of the really nice things you can do is you just compare them to each other and you can ask these companies questions. Wait, why? I got another quote. They recommended a different type of filter. Why did you recommend this one? That should help you sniff out their knowledge and if they know what they're talking about, or if they're just kind of relaying things they've heard from someone else or what their boss tells them to say. You never can be too sure. I would definitely watch out for high pressure sales tactics like today only and this deal expires tonight. It never feels good to be pressured. Now, I definitely want to ask them, what's going to happen after the sale? Is there support? Is there installation guidance? Is there replacement filter availability? Are the filters that I'm using, are they branded? Can I only use that brand's filters? So are they going to be much more expensive to replace? Or do generic filters that I can buy at any hardware store fit my system? If you're still unsure where to start, reach out to us or take the first step by submitting a water sample. We'll help you understand what's in your water and recommend the best system for you and your home.